Hello, sports fan. This is Steven here for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special second round of the NBA playoffs. I'm going to be breaking down today the series between the Indiana Pacers and the Washington Wizards. Both these teams fought hard. We saw the Indiana Pacers go 7 games against the Atlanta Hawks. We saw the Wizards handle the Bulls in a little bit less than that, but when it comes down to it, both these teams are playoff contenders. You look at when it comes down to the youth and the youthful movement of the Washington Wizards. You look at a Bradley Beal. You look at a John Wall. You look at a Trevor Ariza, who's fairly young, who spent a lot of time in the NBA, but hasn't really had that playoff experience as far as winning championships and really guiding young teams to an NBA Finals. But you have Nene, who is tenured in the NBA, who has a lot of experience. You also look at Marcin Gortat, who's playing big, especially down the stretch. Now, when it comes down to it, can the Indiana Pacers bounce back from that lull that a lot of their players were in? You look at Roy Hibbert, him struggling from the field. He did have a pretty good, decent game against the Atlanta Hawks in Game 7. Lance Stevenson, boy, did he show up in the nick of time for the Pacers. The triple-double guy for them, he is really an ace. He's really a wild card. He can sometimes run point guard. He can sometimes also do other things well for the Pacers. But Paul George, you have to show up in this series, because if you don't show up in this series, that leaves the Indiana Pacers assed out, basically. When you look at John Wall, they can expose things because they have speed, because Bradley Beal can shoot, because these guys are deadly from far. You have to look at the small factors in making them a real threat. Now, when I look at it, Evan Turner, Luis Scola, David West, these guys are going to be crucial, because Turner may sometimes have to play 3 or 4. David West plays 4. He may have to play Nene, bang with those bodies, get rebounds. And let me tell you something, Nene is a big dude. He may not look like it on TV, but when you come down to it, the man has a lot of girth, a lot of size. It's the X factor of this series is going to be post-rebounding. When Roy Hibbert is in the basketball game, can he be effective enough to take away some of those threats that Gortat and Nene has? And you have to look at it. Him being 7'3" and him having that long wingspan, he has to stay out of foul trouble. Even if he does not play well on offense, they're going to need him to get up and down the floor and not be tired, and still, if he doesn't block shots, swat at him. Try to make people shoot differently than they normally would comfortably if he was not in the game. Evan Turner is going to have to score big in this series, because the Washington Wizards can score. They get the ball, they're off looking at a fast break almost every single play. They do have some half-court sets that are pretty decent, but for the most part, this team is a fast break team. If they get into that half-court set, like again, you're going to see Nene get a lot of points banged down low. And it's just going to be an incredible series. In this NBA series, I'm picking the Indiana Pacers to win this one in 7 games. I know that they struggled against the Atlanta Hawks, but I think the Pacers are on a collision course with the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. But the Washington Wizards are a talented basketball team. I do like the Pacers because they do have that veteran leadership. They have been there before. They've been done this. The Chicago Bulls did not have what you needed fully to challenge the Washington Wizards, because they just didn't have the offense. Paul George can score. This Indiana Pacers team can score when they get on a roll, and I think that their defense will help a little bit against the Washington Wizards. Now, when you look at the coaching matchup, I do like Indiana Pacers coach better than I do the Washington Wizards coach, only because I've seen him in a lot more playoff situations. I've seen him with a lot more talent do a lot more than the Washington Wizards have done in the last decade. You know, they haven't even been in the playoffs. So I'm picking the Washington Wizards to lose this series in 7 games and Indiana Pacers to win it in 7 games. So let me know what you guys feel. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know what you feel in the comment section below. As always, check me out each and every day at JustMyPicks.com for all the breaking news, all the sports, all the up-to-date info. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at JustMyPicksTV. Also, check me out on YouTube, YouTube.com/JustMyPicksTV. Subscribe there so you can get the videos each and every day when we make them, and all the breaking news and all the updates, and you can be all inclusive with all the giveaways and stuff. Also, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for viewing. Please share my video on your sports group so we can debate with you each and every day. Thank you very much.